Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
Attorneys for R. Kelly say they filed a new motion for his release after they claim he overdosed in prison. In court documents, his lawyers claim prison staff intentionally gave him too much of a medication in an attempt to kill him. He was rushed to the hospital, but his lawyers claim he was taken from the hospital before getting surgery to remove blood clots. Kelly is serving a 30-year sentence for racketeering and sex crimes. Prosecutors call the claim deeply unserious and say the judge cannot release him. A judge will now hear Kelly's latest plea for release on Friday.
Man, guys, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. This here is wild, man. They trying to kill R. Kelly, man. OG, you there?
Yes, I'm right here, man.
OG, what's going on, man? It seemed like everybody in prison. It was Tory Lanez a few weeks ago. Now R. Kelly. What's going on, man?
Man, it says R. Kelly is doubling down his claim that his life is in grave danger in prison, now alleging the Bureau of Prisons turned staff at his federal center in North Carolina purposely gave him too much medication, causing him to overdose that left him in the hospital. Court filing submitted by his attorney, Bo Bindley, Monday claims R. Kelly was left bedridden in the hospital after the solitary confinement staff members instructed him to take additional medication on the night of June the 12th. The next morning, the Pied Piper of R&B allegedly woke up feeling drowsy. And after that, he collapsed in his feeling dizzy. When he attempted to get up, he fell to the floor and crawled to the door and lost consciousness. Man, it's dirty work here. This is dirty work for the Kelly, man.
Man, listen, the Pied Piper, you know, listen, man, this the R&B king, man, no matter where you put him. I'm going to say that right now. This is the one that brought back Charlie Wilson and Ronald Isley. This guy is a something like a phenomenon when it comes to the artistic flow, and nobody like him. There's nothing like R. Kelly, and it never will be another R. Kelly. Now, what he did with whatever they say he did, that on that other stuff, I'm not with that. But who he is and what he's done, you can't take that away from him. You guys now trying to kill him. I heard about this the other day. I seen that you guys had already had put a hit out on R. Kelly down there in them jails. Now, the officers alleged to have put a hit out on this man. And I'm sitting here thinking about it, and all of a sudden, just a few weeks later, now they're saying he's overdosing off the medication that he's being provided? Come on, man. Tell me it ain't so. OG, what is the problem here that you see when it comes to R. Kelly? Is he forcibly taking this medication, or can't they give him too much? Like what did they have to watch you? When you go to the infirmary, when you locked up, they give you the medicine. They make sure you don't hold it in your mouth. You have to open your mouth after you swallow it. They make sure that it's gone. Now, what's going on here, OG?
I'm going to tell you a critical analysis from the professionals. Now, on Figure Horror, the clients on Figure Horror say, spit, don't swallow.
Okay.
So R should have spit, not swallowed. But R was trying to get high.
OG, are you seriously going to sit here and act like this man was trying to get high and that's why he took these pills?
I'm trying to get high as the sky.
What the heck, OG? What is wrong with you? You really think R. Kelly was trying to get high? You don't see the problem? You don't see what's going on?
Got so high that he almost died, you know. So it's the thing that you have to protect yourself. And it's just like boxing. Keep your guard up at all times. you're relying on this medication and you taking it and you don't know what you're taking and somebody tell you to take it. How you do that?
He don't know what he's being given. OG, when you in prison, they basically give you medical attention and you take what they give you. I've never seen the bottles. I don't see none of that stuff when you locked up.
You've been to prison. What did they take? What did they give you?
They don't give me nothing because I don't want nothing.
Okay, so why follow your footsteps?
I don't know what R. Kelly's going through, but if you had to get out in 2045,
But I don't. It couldn't be him being that depressed. I just heard, and I'm in the same thinking that somebody is covertly trying to destroy him and do something to him, because 2 weeks ago he just put out a record for Ibrahim Toure from prison.
yeah, nice record.
And it was getting major numbers. So he's become an enemy of the state. So, I mean, all the ODN and everything happens. If he doesn't have compelling evidence, it's not going to get him out of prison.
Well, they've said that they came up with some new evidence, some new things.
And it's dang a new evidence. He didn't do anything ain't no other his white counterparts didn't do. And he did not traffic anybody. Everybody was willing constituents.
But these was kids, man.
They were 18. They wasn't no kids. That wasn't the people that he was involved with, and the ones that was minors. Their parents sent them to be with R. Kelly so they could be. It was just like, so you're gonna indict American Idol for them sending kids up there to try to be famous? What did they do to them back in the locker room?
OG, you got a far out way of looking thing. I can't get you for nothing. You always got an out. Now you telling me you comparing R. Kelly being in the studio with some kids to American Idol being in the studio with some kids?
American Idol, they have dogs, they have 4-year-olds, they have everybody at their beckoning call that would do anything to be on American Idol. You think they're not making them do anything?
So you equating American Idol dealing with kids to R. Kelly dealing with the kids?
They're not. With R. Kelly, the people that he dealt with were, is it nobody he dealt with, no female, allegedly.
Allegedly?
And I've checked this on the dark web. Wasn't any female that came to him was a virgin.
Are you serious?
They all had been spoiled.
Wow. OG,
It's
what?
not one, and all the testimony in R. Kelly's trial and all testimony, did nobody ever say that they were a virgin and he raped a virgin.
OG, how can R. Kelly stay alive in this situation where he has clots in his leg, blood clots in his legs. He has it going to his lungs. He's having medical issues. He's not a young man anymore. He's going through some medical conditions and he's going to need some treatment in there. Are you telling me he can't take treatment for some of the medical conditions that he has that he needs to be taken care of?
I'm not telling you anything. I'm telling you, if you live a clean life and not put toxins and different pesticides in your body, you give your body 15 hours, the blood replenishes itself. In 30 days, your body can repair itself if you do the right thing.
Wow. No, I got to agree with you on that because the way you eat, you are what you eat. Is that true?
You are what you eat.
Wow. So, okay, R. Kelly is pleading in court.
They're trying to kill him. They are trying. Let's get that established, that the system is trying to kill him because they can't stop him. This man is making music on a 15-minute phone call. They didn't put him in solitary confinement. And he's been making music. I understand he made a whole album. But once he released that record that he made for Abraham Torre, it infuriated Americans' justice system.
I'm hearing that the guards want him. They want him out of there. I'm hearing they want him dead, allegedly. I'm hearing that. I'm hearing that a lot. It's not with. It's with the lieutenants and it's with the staff. It's with allegedly. This is what's being said, that they want to try to get him out of there. And I ain't talking about out of there basically to be free in the free world. I'm talking about out of there to where his life is. He's unalived. That's what I'm hearing.
That's right.
I'm hearing that, and they're pleading, let him out, because if you don't, R. Kelly will be no more.
Well, he'll be no more because the Federal Bureau of Prison.
What you mean he will be no more? They ain't gonna let him out, OG?
Not on them terms. The only way he gonna get a medical downward departure, he'll be done 35 of them 40 years.
OG, we got to let him out.
Well, I can say this with a surety: if he waiting on Negroes to help him, they got better action at capturing Massey than they do freeing R. Kelly.
Let's go back in that article that you was reading from TMZ, and shout out to TMZ. That's where the article coming from. He crawled and blacked out. Can you go back to that part on the article for me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so it says here that Mr. Kelly woke up.
He woke up
The next morning, after they gave him the medication, I guess allegedly the night before.
Okay.
He went to sleep because he says he has anxiety. Everybody in prison got anxiety.
Everybody in prison. All of them got anxiety.
You deal with that. He woke up the next morning, allegedly, waking up feeling faint and dizzy. When he attempted to get up, he fell to the floor.
Boom.
Crawled to the door of the cell and lost consciousness. So somebody came and picked him up. So everybody ain't trying to unalive him.
They picked him up, and not only that, they rushed him to the hospital. So I think it'd be like some of them with him and some of them not. I could see that happening.
I mean, the morning staff don't know what the evening staff did, so everybody ain't in on the plot.
Wow. R.
So
Kelly.
they went by and did what they didn't do in New Orleans. They was cell checking and
Count time.
laying on the floor.
We got ready to do count time, and he was laying on the floor. OG, far as R. Kelly and him being there, and we know he's scheduled to be released in 2045, I believe it is. Do you think that he'll make his entire sentence, or do you think he'll die in prison?
I think he'll make his entire sentence.
You think he'll go all the way to 2045?
I sure hope so.
And then another thing, do you feel like R. Kelly, is this a plot where he's trying to get released, or is this a sincere cry that the guards are trying to kill him?
It was a plot to arrest R. Kelly. So the plot has already been in. So whatever plot he can do to get out, I wish him the best. I mean, like you said initially, he's a brilliant man, a brilliant black man that makes amazing music. And everybody got a little freak in him, you know. So Picasso, they said he messed with animals. So Michelangelo had a fetish. The only people that are just don't do anything, they're basic people. They're not going to do anything because they never accomplish anything. So I don't see where, and it wasn't about what R. Kelly did. He crossed white America, and they gave him his expiration date. His time was up. He didn't want to be a cooperating Negro, and they showed him, if you try to challenge white America, this is what we'll do to you, and won't no black person stand up for you. They will indict you just because we said so.
Wow. And here we go. And I remember Gayle King interviewing him, and he would say, "This is killing me, man. Y'all playing with my life. You know, he was hurt, man, because they had done took everything they could took, and now he knew he was going to have to go to prison, man. I'll never forget that. Do I agree with if whatever he done? And like I said, I didn't watch Surviving R. Kelly. I watched Surviving R. Kelly in real life. The people I seen him dealing with, from what I could see. But I just know if he was doing whatever he was doing, and there was people that was around letting it happen, far as seeing it and watching and playing part, they should have been arrested too. I just felt like.
Can I ask you this?
Go ahead.
Boston? It's nobody that you know in your vast life of growing and in the street and the worldly man that you are. You never identified anybody with sexual escapades just because they had money?
Yes, you see it all the time.
Do it make them wrong?
No, but for some reason, I believe people that look like us are being targeted. I'm seeing so many of our people being targeted, and nobody unify to come together and say, "Hey guys, man, we gotta come together to stop, people from just taking our upper echelon to prison."
Right, and that's my critical issue about when Negroes try to compensate the things that happen. But if he did that, he deserved to be. No, he don't. He don't deserve to be nowhere. If anything, if they say it's a sickness, he should have been in a hospital or a medical facility. That's what he put their people.
Wow, that's a different way to look at it. So you feel like he should be getting some help?
Well, that's what they do today, folks. You got serial killers. They got in a Atascadero state criminally insane. They don't put them in prison. Well, let's analyze them and see why they did this. You got serial rapists. Long as the complexion is a different color, they get a civil commitment. They don't get a criminal commitment.
Wow. OG, that's something to think about. Guys, get in the comments, guys. Let us know what you think about R. Kelly. Do you see him as the fact of, do you think that it's a plot against him? Do you feel like they trying to kill him in prison? Or do you feel like this is something where it just was a mishap with the medication, that it wasn't done purposely? Get in the comments. Let us know.
No such thing as a mishap.
Yeah, hey, get in the comments and let us know. Was it a mishap or was it purposely done? Is R. Kelly's life in jeopardy? Let us know. And if you're still watching, guys, make sure you check on, we talked about Gene Deal. There you go. Guys, if you're still watching, make sure you look right here and you'll see right here, Gene Deal, basically blaming Mace for Biggie's death. After Mace laughed at the fact of how they were hiding behind, different people were hiding and they wouldn't shoot that pistol. Shoot that, protect the people, OG, you told me the name, protect their, dang. What is he, OG?
Their primaries.
Their primaries, there you go. OG know it.
Well, Gene Deal protected his primary because his primary
was Puffy.
John Cole was Puffy.
Correct, but something happened here, guys. You got to look. OG broke it down. I can't explain it to you. Look right here and you'll find it. All of that. Just check it out, man. Boss Talk 101. Man, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, guys. Reviews.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He, the reason you see me.